Can you feel it, Pittsburgh? That bittersweet ache in the hearts of a fan base that has witnessed unparalleled glory, a quiet apprehension for what lies ahead? For years, we've reveled in the triumphs, the championships, the sheer brilliance of a core that defied expectations and time itself. But even the most enduring dynasties eventually face their reckoning. With Kyle Dubas at the helm, charting a new course, the Pittsburgh Penguins stand at a pivotal moment, poised between the echoes of a golden past and the uncertain promise of a future. The question that now echoes through the Steel City, a question heavy with both pragmatism and a touch of melancholy, is this: is it finally time for the Penguins to truly embrace the inevitable, to make the painful but necessary moves that will dismantle the last vestiges of a legendary era and begin building for a future beyond their iconic stars? The NHL is a league of cycles, of rises and falls, of dynasties that burn bright before fading into memory. The Pittsburgh Penguins, for 2 decades, have been an anomaly, a testament to sustained excellence built around the generational talents of Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. Yet, as time marches on, the reality of a necessary transition becomes clearer. This is where General Manager Kyle Dubas, with his mandate to rebuild his way, steps into the spotlight. His task is unenviable: to honor the past while strategically navigating towards a competitive future. And in this complex equation, one name has emerged as a crucial piece in the Penguins' potential retooling: Rickard Rakell. His journey last season was nothing short of a revelation, a phoenix-like resurgence that has dramatically altered his trade value and placed him squarely in the crosshairs of a franchise grappling with its next chapter. Just a year ago, Rickard Rakell was a player shrouded in doubt, his contract viewed by many as an albatross around the Penguins' neck. The 2023-24 campaign had been, to put it mildly, disastrous. An ice-cold start, compounded by an injury that limited his effectiveness, left him with year-end totals that painted a bleak picture. The narrative surrounding him was one of underperformance, a veteran winger seemingly past his prime, saddled with a hefty deal. Fast forward to the 2024-25 season, and the narrative couldn't be more different. The Swedish winger didn't just bounce back, he exploded. He put together, by all accounts, the best season of his career, tallying an astonishing 70 points, split evenly with 35 goals and 35 assists across 81 games. This wasn't merely a return to form. It was an elevation, a demonstration of skill, tenacity, and offensive prowess that caught the attention of the entire league. Rakell transformed from a perceived liability to one of the most attractive trade assets on the market, a testament to his resilience and the impact he can still deliver. This remarkable turnaround for Rakell couldn't have come at a more opportune moment for the Penguins. With Kyle Dubas orchestrating a strategic overhaul, veterans like Rakell, who possess significant value and term on their contracts, have become prime subjects of trade discussions. The whispers of a potential move have been circulating for months, and they show no signs of abating. Dubas finds himself in a precarious, yet potentially advantageous position. On one hand, Rakell's current value is arguably at its zenith. Another full season, potentially alongside Sidney Crosby and Brian Rust, could see him maintain or even improve his numbers. However, relying on a 32-year-old winger to replicate a career-best season is a gamble. The shrewd move in a rebuilding scenario is often to sell high, to capitalize on a player's peak value to acquire assets that align with a long-term vision. The fact that last year's trade deadline and this offseason haven't yet resulted in a significant veteran move only amplifies the anticipation. The question isn't if Rakell will be moved, but when and for what return. Enter Josh Wegman, the astute analyst from The Score, who has put forth a compelling proposition that could see Rickard Rakell heading to the West Coast, specifically to the Vancouver Canucks. This isn't just a random pairing. It's a meticulously thought-out trade concept that addresses needs for both franchises. The proposed package is intriguing. The Canucks would receive Rickard Rakell, while the Penguins would acquire Nils Hoglander, Kirill Kudryavtsev, and a 2026 first-round pick top 10 protected. This isn't merely a swap of players, it's a strategic realignment. a move that could accelerate Pittsburgh's rebuild while providing Vancouver with a much-needed offensive boost. From the Vancouver Canucks perspective, this trade makes a great deal of sense. Canucks president of hockey operations Jim Rutherford wasn't in Pittsburgh when Rakell was initially acquired, but general manager Patrick Allvin was still with the Penguins organization at the time, creating a degree of familiarity with Rakell's capabilities and character. While the Canucks have been actively searching for a center, adding a legitimate top-six winger like Rakell would be a significant step forward for a forward group that, outside of the dynamic duo of Elias Pettersson and Brock Boeser, severely lacks high-end talent. Rakell, at 32, is a physical two-way winger who brings a blend of scoring touch and defensive responsibility. He's under contract for 3 more years with a manageable $5 million cap hit, offering both immediate impact and cost-controlled stability. As Wegman rightly points out, Rakell would represent a massive upgrade over Nils Hoglander, the player he would effectively replace in Vancouver's lineup, especially given Hoglander's modest 8 goals last season. Rakell's proven scoring ability, combined with his veteran presence, would provide Pettersson and Boeser with a more consistent and dangerous line mate, elevating the Canucks' offensive firepower and giving them another legitimate threat to contend in the competitive Western Conference. For the Pittsburgh Penguins, the return package is precisely what a rebuilding team needs: a blend of youth, a promising prospect, and a valuable draft pick. Nils Hoglander, at just 24 years old, represents the kind of young player the Penguins should be willing to take a gamble on. While his 8 goals last year were a step back, he's only 1 season removed from a 24-goal campaign. That 24-goal season, though potentially an outlier, showcases his offensive upside. The hope for Pittsburgh would be that a change of scenery and perhaps the opportunity to play alongside future Hall of Famers like Crosby or Malkin in a mentorship role could help him regain his prior form. Hoglander's contract, 3 more years at $3 million annually, also aligns with a rebuilding team's need for cost-controlled assets. Then there's Kirill Kudryavtsev, a developmental success story for the Canucks. Drafted in the 7th round in 2022, Kudryavtsev defied expectations by cracking the NHL last year. This speaks volumes about his work ethic and potential. The fact that the 5'11" defenseman played his junior hockey with the Sioux Greyhounds, a program with which Kyle Dubas has strong ties, adds an intriguing layer to this acquisition. Dubas's familiarity with the Greyhounds organization and its scouting processes could mean he sees something in Kudryavtsev that others might overlook, a hidden gem who could develop into a reliable NHL defenseman. Finally, the 2026 first-round pick, albeit top 10 protected, is the crown jewel of the package. First-round picks are the lifeblood of a rebuild, offering the chance to draft a future cornerstone player. The protection clause is standard, mitigating some risk for Vancouver, while still providing Pittsburgh with a highly valuable asset for their long-term future. This package, collectively, provides Dubas with the flexibility and future assets necessary to truly reshape the Penguins roster. The strategic dilemma facing Kyle Dubas is a classic one in professional sports: the balance between maximizing current value and the emotional attachment to veteran players. Rakell's resurgence presents a unique window to sell high, to extract maximum value for a player who might not sustain this level of production indefinitely. While another season with Crosby and Rust could indeed see him pile up just as good, if not better, numbers, the inherent risks of age, injury, and statistical regression are always present. The lack of significant trade activity involving veterans at the last deadline and this offseason suggests a cautious approach thus far, but the clock is ticking on the opportunity to capitalize on Rakell's peak. The analyst's suggestion underscores the growing consensus that Rakell will remain atop trade baitboards until he's inevitably moved, and that if the Penguins execute this plan effectively, they should receive a very strong package in return. This isn't about giving up on the present entirely, but about making pragmatic decisions that secure a more robust and sustainable future for the franchise. The Pittsburgh Penguins stand at a crossroads, a moment demanding both courage and foresight. The proposed trade for Rickard Rakell to Vancouver, in exchange for Nils Hoglander, Kirill Kudryavtsev, and a valuable 2026 first-round pick encapsulates the strategic imperative facing Kyle Dubas. It's a move that acknowledges the end of an era while simultaneously laying crucial groundwork for the next. Rakell's incredible bounce-back season has created an invaluable opportunity to inject youth, prospects, and future draft capital into a system that desperately needs it. This isn't just about moving a player. It's about a franchise making a definitive statement about its direction, about embracing the difficult but necessary choices that will ultimately define the Penguins for years to come. The question is no longer if change is coming, but how boldly and decisively Pittsburgh will embrace it. So, what are your thoughts, Penguins faithful? Does this proposed trade for Rickard Rakell make sense for the future of our beloved team? Are you ready to see the Penguins embrace a full rebuild, even if it means parting with valuable veterans? Let us know your opinions, your hopes, and your concerns in the comment section below. Your passion is the heartbeat of this franchise, and we want to hear every single one of your takes. If you found this analysis insightful, please give the video a like, subscribe to our channel for all the latest Penguins news and in-depth discussions, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update as we navigate this exciting new chapter together.